Think eggs are the ultimate breakfast food? I thought so too, until I discovered 3 vegan breakfasts that actually pack even more protein while being incredibly easy and delicious. So in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how to make these quick, tasty, and high protein vegan breakfasts that'll completely upgrade your mornings. All right, so our protein benchmark is gonna be 3 eggs, which is 18 grams of protein. So keep that in mind as we go through these. So the first breakfast is gonna be blueberry oatmeal. And remember, the point of this is to keep it simple, but after we make it, I'll go into even more things you can add to make it more nutritious. All right, so for this breakfast, we're gonna need 80 grams of oats, 2 cups of soy milk, 20 grams of chia seeds, 70 grams of blueberries, and a banana. And so the key here is gonna be the soy milk. Soy milk and pea milk are the only milks that are naturally high in protein, and that's what's gonna bring it up to a protein level that's even higher than eggs. All right, so let's get started. So also one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut up this banana. Banana is gonna be the sweetener, and that's gonna be important. The soy milk is no sugar, so I feel like you guys are judging me for how I'm cutting it now. All right, so you wanna heat up your milk and you wanna put your oats and banana in it. So instead of bananas, you can also use dates to sweeten it too. And if you're okay with it being less of a whole food, you can even use jam or maple syrup, or like you could have used a sweetened milk, for example. I'm gonna put some salt in it. That helps bring out some of the flavor. Don't worry, it won't taste salty. I usually stir it a bit to keep it from sticking. It just depends on the milk, the pot, how high the heat is. Put the chia seeds in. Just put it on from like medium to medium high heat. And once you like the thickness, I usually put the blueberries in while it's still on the stove, so it both thaws the berries and cooks the oatmeal. So there you have it, y'all. It really is that simple. I make this most days, especially during the colder months, and it's got 29 grams of protein, so more than the 18 grams from the eggs.
It smells so good.
11 grams of protein is from the oats, 14 grams from the soy milk, and that's why the soy milk is key, 3.5 grams of protein from the chia seeds, and 1 gram of protein from the fruits. Remember, even fruits have some protein, and that adds up. Could use a little maple syrup though, a little bit. Also, this breakfast has 21 grams of fiber, which is already more than the average American gets in an entire day. And thanks to the chia seeds, it also has all the omega-3 you need in a day, which, as we know, is a really important nutrient. You can swap out the chia seeds for flax seeds. You'll lose some protein, but it'll be cheaper, and flaxseed also has some really important nutrients. And you can bump up the flavor and nutrition profile even more by adding spices like cinnamon. All right, now let's move on to the next easy high-protein breakfast. Fiber. All right, y'all, so the next breakfast is gonna be even easier. This one you can whip up in 2 to 5 minutes. Honestly, you can do it in 2. So it's gonna be baked beans on toast. British people in the comments be like, It sounds simple, but it's delicious, convenient, and cheap. It's gonna pack 21 grams of protein and 15 grams of fiber. So I always have 1 or 2 of these cans in my cupboard as a backup, just in case I'm ever in a rush or need a quick breakfast. Quick any meal, honestly. But another reason that it's so good for breakfast is that it's an easy serving of beans, which is the most underrated food out there for general health. They'll keep you satiated throughout the day, and plus it's got tomato sauce, so it's got some of those benefits. Obviously, it's not the healthiest tomato sauce. Make sure you're using whole wheat bread. I know it can be a bit confusing sometimes with all the ingredients when you look at a bread, so I always check the fiber content. If it's got around 3 to 5 grams of fiber per slice, you're in the right direction. So we're gonna do 2 slices of bread. If you have a toaster, you can just pop these in there, or otherwise you can seriously just heat them up in the pan. So we're gonna do that. We don't believe in toasters in this household. Just kidding, I just don't feel that's very Mexican. I don't know, is it like Mexican have a toaster? I feel like I didn't never have those growing up. Or was that a microwave? No, I don't remember. Any Mexicans, comment down below what y'all's experiences were. Mexican Americans, nah, you're Mexicans, whatever. Don't forget to flip them. So you can also heat up the beans if you want, but it's honestly good both ways.
All right, so this looks super liquidy, so I'm not just gonna go for the straight from the can pour.
All right, how appetizing does that look? Be honest. All right, so I'm not British, so I'm not sure if you're supposed to like eat these with a fork and knife or just, you know, straight to the face. It's just right on the maple syrup. Such a good breakfast. So good. And so the fiber and the protein that I quoted at the beginning are for 2/3 of a can, but I think it's kind of diabolical not to finish the can. So for me, it would be even more. And yeah, you could also use more bread, whatever floats your boat. So that's gonna be 12 grams of protein from the beans and 9 grams of protein from the toast, 21 grams in total. And you're also getting 15 grams of fiber. So congratulations, you've just had the same amount of fiber that an American has over an entire day in a single meal. And remember, that was with just 2/3 of the can. All right, so time to move on to our final breakfast. Is he really eating all those? All right, so this last one is sending us back to vegan circa 2018. It's the vegan influencer staple, the smoothie bowl. For this, you'll need a frozen banana or 2, a cup of soy milk, a scoop of vegan protein powder, 70 grams of blueberries, and 20 grams of chia seeds. But I'm serious, just throw all those ingredients in the blender and you've got the whole thing in 2 minutes. The longest part is the cleanup. Also, I'll admit that I've added a secret ingredient. I just threw some leftover frozen spinach in there. Seriously, you don't taste it at all. So frozen bananas are key. Just pop them in the freezer if you want to get that like smoothie bowl consistency. It almost tastes like ice cream, I promise you. It's stuck. There we go. Good thing I got all that protein in. Oh, I might have overdone that. Oops, forgot the blueberries. Some salt again. Damn it, I got that on camera. Just making it pretty, you know? Prettier after that disaster. It tastes really good. That tahini though, it's not optional, mandatory. So anyways, this is gonna be 32 grams of protein, 20 grams from the protein powder, 7 grams from the soy milk, 3 grams from the chia seeds, 2 grams from the fruit, and it's also 17 grams of fiber. The chia seeds are doing a lot of the heavy lifting here. Seriously, chia seeds, get them into your diet. Fiber, protein, omega-3, the holy trinity. But anyways, modifications. Okay, like I promised. So you can top this bad boy with nuts, seeds, nut butters, you know, like y'all saw me do. More fruits. You can put cinnamon on it, even turmeric. Turmeric's actually an extremely powerful spice in terms of nutritional potency, but you need to pair it with black pepper to get the full absorption. Not even that much though. Like all you need is a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric and like a pinch of black pepper, and that should be fine. You won't even notice it's there. But there's so much you can do with this smoothie bowl, and there's really nothing like a nice cold smoothie bowl when you're stuck in your European apartment at 40 degrees in the middle of the summer with no AC. So yeah, y'all, getting your protein in as a vegan can be convenient and delicious. And especially nowadays, it's by far the cheapest way to get your protein. I actually have a video on that. 10 amazing sources of protein that are even cheaper than eggs. Check it out.